So I'm about to take care of my lashes, but before I did, I figured I would actually review this because Mr. got this for me in one of his trips for me. I'll probably just stick it into a husband haul video that I do. But because I'm about to use it, this will be a clip that I'll add into my husband haul. Ran out of mascara quite some time ago, so I've been running around with bald lashes for a while. I had this, but this does not count. I know you guys like these people's product, but these things are worth the value that you get when you purchase them. I'll just say it like that. These lips are doing too much on a casual day. Let me calm these down real quick. Okay, thank you, ma'am. That was uncalled for. What I was saying was, I was out of mascara. The last one I remember using was one that he had purchased for me on a different occasion. It is exactly like this. Making a short story long, I told him that I trusted him to replace my next mascara because all the new mascaras I was getting and trying were aggravating my eyes. They were really irritating my eyes, were really reacting to them. You know, which incidentally is why I wasn't able to enjoy a really high-end brand mascara that my sister brought to me that you could only get from a spa. Even it aggravated my lashes. Anywho, when he bought me that mascara, it did not aggravate my lashes. I told him I needed some mascara, so I'm gonna trust him when he goes on his wife spoiling binges to make mascara one of those treats. He came back with 3. 2 of which were the same original one that he purchased me. Knowing that it did not aggravate my lashes, he got me 2 of those. That was the L'Oreal Voluminous Million Lashes. It's okay. I still don't. I have yet to see a mascara that blows my mind. So, but it's okay, and it doesn't aggravate my lashes. And then he also got me a 3rd one, which is by Milani, because he knows there's another product of Milani's that I am in love with. Just one product. Yeah, but anyway, they do have one product that I love, so I guess he thought he would venture out and get this as well. So he also got the Milani Total Lash Cover for me. And that's what motivated this video, is because I'm about to use it and put it in my purse. So that's why I'm glad I have the 2 different kinds, because that way I won't get this one, the one that I've opened rather, and this one mixed up, because they're very different. So one is for my purse and one is for at-home use. So I'm about to dive into this. Oh, just in case you wanted to see the bristles. I don't know. Oh, I need a darker background, huh? I don't know how you guys do it, but if that focused, then you're probably able to see some lime green bristles at this end and this end, and at the very tip there's a pink tip, and they're very full, lots of full bristles here. I'm about to try that now, and I'll let you see it without. So this is the mascara. I don't know if you could even see a profile. I'm trying to get to where the wooden part is behind it, but I don't know if you can see it. So far, I'll say this, and keep in mind, some things you have to experience with for a while, lest you come back and be like, oh, guess what? I know I said I had loved it, but what had happened was, I think sometimes we figure you know how to use basic makeup, so you don't pay attention to instruction. But in some cases, it is important how you apply a particular product. So you do need to pay attention to certain instruction. And so just to be safe, pay attention to all instruction, okay? Even no matter how basic it may be or sound. Because if they put it on the package and you didn't apply it like they said, because you applied it like you usually apply it or like everything else is applied, but this is different, then you're mad at them because their product doesn't work. And of all the products that really don't work, you might be picking on one particular brand that did what they say they was going to do, as long as you do what you're supposed to do in the instructions. The fact that the instructions are adamant about the fact that you should, once you take the top off, you need to replace the top that comes with it immediately, and they're very firm that you should make sure you replace the top tightly when you're done after the application. That's a clear indication to me that this dries out really, really fast. So it wasn't a surprise to me when I put it on, and it was in fact drying very fast. The pink tip that I showed you, just to look like a little plastic tip on the end of there, I did not know why. But it turns out that I like that little pink tip, because my original concept, my original impression was that, oh, you jipped me out of some bristles on the end that I'll need for the very inside or very outside of my lashes. Like, you ganked me for a good fifth of the end of the total length of bristles. But in fact, I was able to use that pink tip to flutter it across my bottom lashes and the ends of the top lash to get the mascara on them, and then use the bristles to brush that out. But it was actually practical in application for the mascara on the smaller lashes. So I didn't mind being ganked out of my little section of bristles for that advantage. When I get mascara, I'm more of a length girl than a volume girl. But this looks like, it just says total lash cover, so it doesn't make any promises in terms of length. And it also sticks to not keeping that promise. All it promises to do is cover your lashes. So I do not see a lot of length, if any at all. They just coat the lashes as they are. And it dries fairly quickly. So I don't know how you go about incorporating that factor into whether you want to add another coat or put some other type of mascara on top of it. I don't know. I have known of, practical people. I don't know of any hoity-toities or gurus that particularly do this, but a regular, very innovative person I know would apply her mascara first, and it would be a quick drying one, which was fine because she wanted to do a second coat of a different type of mascara. Y'all do so much sometimes, but she likes to do a different the second coat of a different type of mascara that serves to be more waterproof and lengthening. So the first one is for volume, and the second one she wants to do to extend, curl, and waterproof hold. It makes sense, right? I just came up with a great business idea. I have to watch my mouth sometimes because my creativity has been stolen or repeatedly and balled off of. I'm convinced of it. Which I wouldn't necessarily mind, but you have to involve people on some level if you're going to steal their shit. Even people that don't want publicity, fame, and shine for it, you need to involve the originator of the shit that you stole, if you did indeed steal said shit. Yeah, so far I'm very unimpressed with that mascara, although I love that one product. But yeah, in all that explanation, it occurred to me that I don't know if you remember what I even said about this particular review. If I can find it in my old videos, I will link it, the info box. If not, just the next video that's makeup related or husband haul related is probably going to be linked. But that's neither here nor there. It occurred to me that there are those of you who may not have seen that video and did not get my review for this. Now, I don't even remember what I said about this before. when I reviewed it. So I guess you can take that to be my review from then, when I first ever used it, and my review now. So I obviously still like it. It's okay. It says voluminous million lashes, which is not something I would normally go for. But this particular one, yeah, so this particular one has stiffer bristles. It's in my purse right now. I don't feel like going to get it, but it has stiffer bristles. So just by the bristles alone, well, let me just tell you how the package is, you know, markets it as voluminous million lashes. So I probably would never have gone for it because I am, again, more of a lengthening girl. But like I said, this was from my husband haul, so he got me this to try out, and it actually was really, really great in terms of for, you know, coating the lashes and lengthening them. As much as the other mascaras of the same brand that L'Oreal puts out, they have other they have other lengthening mascaras that don't particularly lengthen. Or this is what I'm saying is that this lengthens just as much as any other lengthening mascara that this same brand puts out. Damn, why couldn't I get that out? Although it reads voluminous million lashes, it does the same. But you know me, I'm convinced that all mascara, the whole mascara industry is a farce. Like, I have still yet to see someone convince me of an amazing mascara. Other than on one set, one time, there was a MUA who used something called by Lancome, and it was protein feather lashes or something like that. They may not even still have that or that formula because that was so long ago. But it was some kind of, to the point where I asked what it was. I usually didn't give any fucks what they were putting on my face. I just needed to look like whoever the character is they need me to look like. But with my face, even after, at the end of the day, the lashes alone had my face on fleek, just the lashes. So, and that was without fake lashes. That was using that Lancome protein lash, feather lash, whatever it was. It was something with those names in it, the title, and that was, again, years ago. But yeah, because the bristles aren't brush like that, like the one I just showed you, and they are more of plastic, thin plastic combs, it actually does a little something in the way of length and not so much volumizing, which is good for me. Again, that's what I prefer. Yeah, ultimately I like this. Nothing convinces me that any particular mascara is amazing, but I do still like this, and it does not aggravate my eyes. And this one I just used, it doesn't aggravate my eyes. So I can shout Milani out for that much, because I know that their products don't generally, and I don't have sensitive skin per se, unless as I'm aging, some other stuff that I might not have noticed change and I didn't realize, because a lot of stuff changes, honey. Unless my eye sensitivity is one of those things, then I don't generally have sensitive eyes. But lately, all mascaras have been really aggravating my eyes. Even high-end, unavailable to general public mascaras. But this one does not, and it doesn't do much though. And this one does something, and which I like, and does not aggravate my lashes. So ultimately, as much as it sounds like I was bashing this one, I guess ultimately I like this one. As decent as I made this sound, I ultimately don't like this one. The reasons why I do like this one is because it lengthens, even though it's marketed for volumizing, because it lengthens, and the bristles are not brush-like. They're more plastic and comb-like, which I thought would probably clump your lashes all together. But no, the comb actually does still leave them separated, or it's maybe just as separated as they already are. Maybe it just doesn't cause any intermingling. So it does. Oh, there I go again. So I like this because it lengthens, even though it's marketing for volumizing. Okay, it lengthens, And you don't need a ton of coats for it. And this one I don't like because it dries out so fast. They know it dries out fast, which is why they tell you to make sure you hurry up and switch the tops, and then make sure you seal it real tight after usage. And it says total lash coverage, so it just coats your lashes that are already there. I don't even know about volumizing so much as it just lets people see your lashes. And you know, if you know nobody saw your lashes, they can see them now. But I don't know about coating them so much to where they make them pop enough for you to say, oh, I got this badass mascara. Dries out fast. It just coats the lashes that you already have. So there's not much to it. I guess the only thing that I could really say I was surprised that I liked was that little pink tip that I thought took away from the extension of the brush, but it actually worked as a nice applicator. And this one really, since it's plastic and more comb-like, the tip of it, like I said, is already plastic. So it works like the little plastic thing that they created in this one to make it look like they're doing you a favor. I need my nails did. I got a couple of stops I need to make. Groovy smooches, y'all. I'm glad I calmed those lips down. Ooh, what made me think that was gonna work for an everyday look?